Socrates said, "These are surely the hardest of times." Does this resonate with you? As has resonated across centuries with humans. Scott Peck, author of the Road Less Traveled series, began his tome with the words, "Life is hard." President Obama had a sign on his desk that said, "Hard is just hard." Simple, compelling words. But why is our life journey hard? All mammals are compelled to learn, as we cannot survive if we don't. We begin as dependent, helpless, unlearned beings. Instinctively, we begin to explore the unknown and learn. The joy of learning is shared communally. An infant discovering his toes, the first words, first steps, riding a bike, first day of school. In the continuous unfolding of our life experiences between the known and the unknown, we add to those experiences our responses, reactions, and mental commentary. No matter how long we've worked hard to become more conscious and wise, there are moments when everything seems to fall apart. While we try to salvage some equanimity, the torrent of afflictive thoughts and feelings may continue, followed often with self-judgments. That is all extra. It inevitably creates suffering and therefore is a creative place for inner work. There's a Zen saying, "Don't hope for a life without problems." This can be shocking if we're unaware of how committed we are to wanting certainty, security, and a life being the way we hope. We keep being ambushed by the unknown, a medical diagnosis, upsetting news, accidents, failed projects, the death of a friend, or Dre not showing up on time. The question is how we respond to life's hard knocks and learn to accept that we live in the great unknown. As a mindfulness teacher said, the little things, the little moments, they aren't little. Everything is an invitation to pay attention and to find opportunities for healing old patterns. In working with these challenges, it often helps to acknowledge that we are always living with the unknown, and that the unknown is actually the very foundation of life. We may long for security and certainty, but these are illusions that add a subtle kind of suffering. Suffering always arises in the gap between the reality of what's happening and whatever judgments you have about it. So I suggest let's step into the unknown. So as we were saying, in working with these challenges that we occurred, it helps to acknowledge that we're always living in the unknown, and the unknown is actually the very foundation of life. And so today, to speak to us about stepping into the unknown is one of my best friends, Dre Lavack.
Hey.
You're good. I made it. I stepped into the unknown. That's exactly what life is about. Really, 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 really. Go figure. So I'm a new taxi driver. And I said, oh yeah, okay, I'll just do this one last call, right? And this call takes me to the opposite end of Victoria, out in Oak Bay area. And I'm going like, okay, look at the time. We're starting with meditation. Right? It was unknown. I had no idea where I was going, but I followed and went with it, and it all worked out. So this is an unscripted talk. I did not write anything except for a few notes this morning. We're stepping into the unknown. Life is all about stepping into the unknown. However, what do? We like to make routines and plans and have it all figured out. So why? So that we feel safe, so that we feel comfortable. I mean, there's a place for that. We don't want to be stressed all the time. But it's not necessarily where the juice of life can be found, nor the opportunities. All right. We're gonna script some of this by timing it. So I know how much time to take. If you think about it, our spirits stepped into the unknown when it said, I want to go to Earth, and I want to live in a body, and I want to forget all about how powerful and how amazing and how full of light and energy that I am. And we stepped into that adventure. Each of us have done it, and we still don't remember who we are. And that's okay, because life is an adventure and we step into the unknown. So from birth to earth, nothing can prepare us for what we were coming here for, right? Were you prepared? Come on, anybody, show of hands, who was prepared? Yes. Colleen was prepared. Great.
Well, we've done it before.
Yeah.
Experience
Yeah.
incarnating before.
Yeah, we've done it before because we remember all those times.
No, I didn't
No.
say that.
But we have. We maybe have come here many times. I know I was a cat once. Yeah.
Is that you meowing?
It usually is. It usually is. But life is a continuous adventure. You know, from the moment we're a baby and we're trying to figure things out, but most of us has to be prepared for us. Toddler, and we start exploring the world and touching things, and everything goes in our mouth. That's how we're exploring the unknown there. Stepping into preschool and figuring out how to interact with other little beings like us. We're stepping into the unknown. School, high school, puberty. That's stepping into the unknown. But all of these are for lack of better words, forced upon us, because that's going to happen whether we want to or not. So those are stepping into the unknown, but we're kind of forced into it. But that's why I think that it's we find comfort in creating a routine, creating something that grounds us or has us feel more safe, more secure, because there are so many unknowns. And it's good for a little while. Life is like a choose your own adventure game, is what it is. Whether you're navigating what are some of the fun things that we get to navigate in life? Give me some. Parenting, what an adventure. You ever prepared for parenting? Is there a parenting school? Even if you took it and you passed, it'd be like, you know, trying to learn marketing in school. You know, it's not the same when you get out there. Yeah, parenting, what an adventure. Woo. Anything else? There's so many, I know. That's the relationship. My goodness, that's the best seminar in town, isn't it? Relationship.
Yeah.
Do you ever really know anybody until you move in with them? Let me answer that. No. Anything else?
Starting a business.
Starting a business or career.
Yeah.
Absolutely. That's an adventure. That's stepping into the unknown. Even if you're familiar with the industry, even if you know like a lot of the players or whatever, you step into something like that and it's like, oh, look at that. Didn't expect that. Ooh, this is new. But all of these unknowns grow us tremendously. That's where the juice of life is. That's where we expand to our greatest ability. And I love that. Anyone else? Anything else you can come to mind?
Traveling.
Travel. Is there any better education than to go some other place that you're not familiar with, learn a new language, be immersed in? Isn't that great? And plus the sights that you see, all the adventure, stepping into the unknown. Some people go with a guide or, you know, take the safe route. And other people, I mean, astounding. I'm not even sure I'm brave enough to go to some country where I don't speak the language and just by myself and go and explore and see what happens. Yeah, stepping into the unknown. I would say goals and dreams. Anything that you have that you want to do, pursue in life. It's another adventure, and it's a habit to build, stepping into the unknown, because we can be forced into it, or we can consciously choose, I'm going to step into this and give it all I've got. And that gives us power. And we can tap into that energy that is us, especially when our spirit calls. you can feel it in your body, right? When you're doing something that maybe is difficult and you might be having a little bit of fear, but there's that excitement. And that excitement to step into that unknown and go for whatever that goal is, whether it's that relationship or whether it's that travel or whether it's that business or whether it's that starting that family, stepping into the unknown.
We got another one from the chat. Sherry says death.
Yeah. Now that's an unknown we're all gonna experience at some point.
Yeah, not me.
That's right. Well, okay, for the physical box.
Except for the immortals.
For the physical, all the rest of us are we're just gonna go for it. So I recently stepped into a few unknowns. I was working in mergers and acquisitions. And while I learned a lot, I stepped into the unknown just getting into that because I was doing tech support before that. And this job was given to me, like basically put on my lap, saying, go work in mergers and acquisitions. Okay. Oh, Bob, what are you going to do with your business? Want to sell it in the next 1 to 5 years? And I did that for a year and 9 months. What I discovered is that while it was great to learn, it was good work, it was stepping into the unknown, it was a stretch for me. I lived on my edge for a while, but it wasn't making my heart sing. It wasn't livening me up. I didn't want to get out of bed in the morning. So I stepped into the unknown again, and I decided to quit my job July 31st of this year, before I even had, I'm having an experience. And even before I had passed my road test to go drive taxi cab, which I failed on August 4th, my first run. I'm going, okay, I guess I'm on vacation. I stepped into the unknown for vacation, it's been a long time since I've had 5 weeks off of having to do whatever I want, or having nothing specific to do other than what I wanted. And that was amazing. And then just over a week ago, I did pass that next road test. Yeah. Thank you. And I started driving that afternoon. And I've been driving almost every day ever since. So it is an adventure. And it lights me up. Like I'm enjoying it. It doesn't pay as much, but you know what? Life's not all about money. Sometimes you want to pick, well, more often than not, you want to pick what lights you up. Your guiding light is there for you, and your guiding light wants you to step into your unknown. What's your next unknown? And because life plans are great, in general, to have an idea in the direction you want to go and things you want to do. But like Evan in the movie Evan Almighty, when Steve Carell, who plays the Noah character, is having a conversation with God and says, it says, but this isn't fitting in with my plans. And God looks at him and says, your plans. That's how life is like, our plans. Be prepared. Be prepared for anything. Be prepared to step into the unknown. And that's how we get into the flow. And that's where life is most enjoyed. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.